this session, we are going to see the use of command line arguments in Java and how basic input output is carried out in Java program in simple way. So I'm going to start sharing my screen now. Okay. So my screen sharing has been started. So this was the last program that we had seen in our lecture. We had seen how a simple Java program is written and executed. What is the concept of public static void main? Okay. Why main method is declared as public? Why it has been declared as static? You know? Then we had seen how to display a simple message on screen in using Java program, and now in the last session I had told you that this particular string array which you people are seeing on your screen now is there in your Java program to support the concept of command line arguments. तो अब हम लोगों को यही देखना है कि command line arguments का concept कैसे फॉलो किया जाता है या why this string array has been specified there. ये वाला पार्ट देखना है हम लोगों को. So in order to understand this, we will have to understand that if we want input to be provided in our Java program, अगर हम लोग अपने प्रोग्राम में input provide करना चाहते हैं Java प्रोग्राम में, तो we can do so using any one of the two ways. मतलब एक Java प्रोग्राम को input अगर देना है अपने को, तो दो में से कोई भी एक तरीका फॉलो किया जा सकता है. First, we can provide the input while the Java program is under execution. जब तुम्हारे प्रोग्राम का एग्जीक्यूशन चल रहा है उस टाइम पे हम लोग अपने प्रोग्राम में इनपुट प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं. और what we can do is we can provide input at the time of executing the program, or we can say that we can provide the input just at the time when we are about to execute our program. जब हम लोग अपने प्रोग्राम को एग्जीक्यूट करने वाले हैं ना, तब भी हम लोग इनपुट प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. तो पहला तरीका ये होगा that we can provide the input during the program execution. प्रोग्राम ऑलरेडी रन हो रहा है और उस टाइम पे हम लोग इनपुट दे रहे हैं. And second way can be we can provide the input to the program at the time of execution of program, or say at the time of executing the program, or just when we are about to execute the program. ठीक है. So ये जो second type मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा है, the second way providing the input at the time of executing the program, or say just when we are about to execute the program, that is achieved using the concept of command line arguments. See, the most important point here is that command line arguments were there in case of C and C++ also, but that part used to be optional. वो part वहाँ पे optional होता था, but as far as Java program is concerned, Java program में ये part mandatory होता है ना. हर Java program में हम लोगों को ऐसे provisions करने ही पड़ेंगे जहाँ पे program command line argument के through input लेने के लिए ready हो. And that's what we are going to see here. कि how are we exactly going to make use of command line arguments to provide the input to the program. हम लोग अपने प्रोग्राम को इनपुट देने के लिए कमांड लाइन आर्गुमेंट्स का यूज कैसे करेंगे, वही हम लोगों को यहाँ पर देखना. ठीक है. सो लेट्स कम बैक टू आवर प्रोग्राम हियर. यहाँ पे मैंने ये लिख के रखा हुआ है system.out.println hi world. We are printing a message here. Now instead of printing that message, I'm going to type this thing here. Program says, and then I'll come up with plus operator here. This plus operator is being used as string concatenation operator. Now we are going to concatenate two string values here. So I'm going to say program says, and then here I'll be saying args of 0. So as we can clearly see, args is an array. And when I say when I'm using the name of the array and following it up with the index of the element, it simply means that we just want to display we just want to make use of the first element present in this ARGS array here, and we are going to print the value of that first element in this ARGS array on the screen. ना screen पे हम लोग ये value print करने वाले हैं यहाँ पे. Now at this point in time, we do not know what value, what element is going to be stored inside this particular array. इस ARGS array में zeroth element, zeroth index पे वो कौन सा element stored है या store होने वाला है, ये हम लोगों को अभी पता नहीं है. We are just going to print that element on screen. Let's see what happens now. So I have saved my program. Now we want to execute, or say compile this program first, and then we want to execute it. So now, as you can see there, I'm already inside that directory where I have stored my program. Now here, in order to compile the program, I'm going to say javac, and then name of the program file .java. I'll just press enter. As you people can see, there is no error has been generated by compiler here. And then now, in order to run the program, I'm going to say Java, and then name of that class which contains main method in it in my program. So as far as my program is concerned, as you can see there, there is only one class present in my program, that is demo, and that class itself contains the main method. So here I'm going to provide the name of class demo, because that is the class which contains main method here. So I have said Java space demo. In our previous session, this was the way in which we had executed our program. But now in this particular program, as we are going to make use of command line arguments, and as I had told you that in case of command line arguments, we provide input at the time of executing the program, when we are just about to execute the program. In this particular point in time, now I'm going to make use of space, and then here I'm going to type in some data. Now the word, the string that I have typed here, hi, hi, this particular string, this particular value is going to be an input to my program. ये जो value है hi, ये मेरे program का input होने वाली है. And this is the input that we are providing to the program when we are about to execute the program. Program execution hasn't been started yet. Program execution अभी तक start हुआ नहीं है. हम लोग सिर्फ अपने program को just execute करने ही वाले हैं. उस time पे मैंने ये input दिया है. And as you can see there, this particular input has been given on command line. When we are going to run our program, we have written the command Java and then name of the class. At that point only we are providing the input. So this particular input which is being provided to our Java program on the command line is known as command line argument. इससे command line argument कहा जाता है. And now pay attention to this, that this particular value hi, this particular string value that we have provided via command line argument is going to get stored inside this ARGS array. And when we are saying that we want zeroth element of this ARGS array to be printed on screen, now this value hi is going to get printed on screen. Let's do this. I'm going to press enter here. And now as you can see there in the output, it has been clearly written that program says hi. So hi was the value, hi is the word, hi was the value that I had provided to my program via command line arguments, and this particular value got stored inside this ARGS array, and from this ARGS array we have printed this value on our screen. So I guess you people must have understood that this is the way in which command line argument is used to provide the input to the program while we are just about to execute the program. प्रोग्राम का एग्जीक्यूशन स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ था, उससे पहले ही हम लोगों ने इनपुट देके रखा था, एंड दैट इनपुट गॉट स्टोर्ड इनसाइड दिस एरे. वो इनपुट इस एरे के अंदर स्टोर हो गया जिसको हम लोगों ने प्रिंट किया है यहाँ पे. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू अगेन रन द प्रोग्राम. आई विल से जावा डेमो, एंड दिस टाइम आई विल से हाय स्पेस वर्ल्ड आल्सो. सो as you can see there, in this particular now I have provided two inputs to my program here, because I have separated these two values, high and world, with a space. So now there are two command line arguments present in our program. अब अपने program में दो command line arguments present हैं. First command line argument is high and second command line argument is world. So now these two command line arguments are going to get stored inside this ARGS array. At the 0th location, the word high is going to get stored, element high is going to get stored, and at index number 1, the word world is going to get stored. So in our program, we are still printing ARGS of 0, that is the first element of the array only. And that is why if you run the program, again you will see that the program says high is the output of the program. But if we will make changes in this code, say now I'm going to come up with this part. So I have used two println statements here. First में लिखा है मैंने program says ARGS of 0, and then and now I'm going to say program says ARGS of 1. We'll save this. As we have made changes to the code, we are going to recompile the program. Again, it won't show any errors. And now we are going to run it. Now you should be able to see both the values. Program as the output is showing us here. It has been clearly specified. Program says high and program says world. So high was the first command line argument that got stored inside ARGS of 0, and then after providing space, we have started with second command line argument which got stored inside ARGS of 1, and then the proper output is being displayed on your screen. So I just hope that you people have understood how we can provide input to our program in case of Java using command line arguments. So now we are going to do some meaningful things here. Let's write a program to add two numbers entered by user via command line arguments. तो इसी प्रोग्राम में हम लोग थोड़ा चेंज कर देते हैं. Let's add two numbers entered by command line arguments using our Java program. So let's see how are we going to achieve this. So their user is going to provide two integer numbers as command line argument, two integer values. So I'm going to come up with an integer variable here. I'll say int x equal to, and then as we all know, the first command line argument is going to get stored inside ARGS of 0, and then second command line argument is going to get stored in ARGS of 1. So I have clearly written this code here. Int x equal to ARGS of 0. From right hand side, the value will go to the left hand side. So ARGS of 0's value would be stored inside x, and ARGS of 1's value would be stored inside y. If I would compile my program now, obviously compiler is going to give us an error here, because the thing is, this is very simple, that ARGS is an array which is of the type string. ARGS is an array which is of the type string, and you are assigning a string element, or say you are assigning value or element from a string array to an integer type variable here. So obviously there is a type mismatch, है ना. इतना तो हम लोगों को पता होना चाहिए कि हम लोग string value को integer variable में store नहीं कर सकते ना. Same thing is happening in this particular statement also. यहाँ पे भी यही चीज हो रही है. हम लोग string value को integer variable में store करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. तो obviously this won't be allowed, है ना. ये तो allowed नहीं होगा. Compiler is definitely going to come up with an compile time error here. So in order to avoid this error, I would have to convert this string element or say string value into an int type value, and in order to do so, उसको numeric value, string को numeric value में convert करना पड़ेगा मुझे, and in order to do so, I will have to take help of this particular code in Java. मुझे इस particular code की जरूरत पड़ेगी यहाँ पे. So now what have we done here? I have written the name of a predefined class in Java. See, integer is a predefined class. Now, we have not created it. Java people have created it. So I have specified the name of the class integer dot. I'm calling a method here, method with the name parseInt, which is again a predefined method. and to this method I have passed the value, or say I have passed first command line argument. So what does this parseInt method of integer class do? This method will simply accept the string value that you have passed to it. It will convert that string value into an integer value, and then that integer value would be assigned into x. So this is how we are doing. We have converted a string value into an integer value here in our code. I'm going to do the same thing for the second command line argument also. सेकेंड कमांड लाइन आर्गुमेंट के लिए भी हम लोग यही चीज करने वाले हैं. ARGS of 1 की वैल्यू को मैंने लिया, उसको इंटीजर में कन्वर्ट करके y में प्लेस कर दिया, एंड नाउ I can always come up with the third variable. If you want everything to be done in step by step way, we'll do that. And now I'm going to add x and y, and then the final answer is going to be stored inside the another variable ans. And now if you want this value to be printed on screen, I'll say system.out.println sum of, we'll first say x and y is, say, ans. This is how we are going to do it. The sum of x and y is ans. Okay. Now we have completed our code. Let's see whether we are able to run this properly. So again, I have made changes in the code, and then I would have to recompile it. Obviously, recompile to करना पड़ेगा, तो I'll say javac plus prj.java. So we have compiled our program, no issues there. We are going to run this program. We'll say Java, name of the class which contains main method, and now I'm going to come up with my command line arguments. So now there are two command line arguments here, 12 and 23. 12 and 23. 12 is going to get stored inside ARGS of 0, and 23 is going to get stored inside ARGS of 1. See, we will have to understand one thing here. Instead of calling these two command line arguments as 12 and 23, it would be better that you call them as sequence of 1 and 2 and sequence of 2 and 3. Why so? Because though you are writing these values as numbers here, now Java is not going to consider them as numbers. Java is going to consider them as strings only. So there are two strings that you have provided as an input here, 1 2 and 2 3. And now this 1 2 string is going to get stored inside ARGS of 0, and we are going to convert that 1 2 into 12, and then that 12 is going to get stored inside the integer variable x. So technically speaking, this should be your answer, and be very much careful with this in your interviews, because people, in order to check your basic knowledge, interviewers will always come up with such kind of questions. Now tell me whether these are these two values that I have written here in command line arguments are 12 and 23, or say 1 2 and 2 3. So though it appears as if you have provided integer values here, those are not numeric values, those are in string values only, which are then being converted into integer values using this particular code. And then let's see whether we are getting proper output or not. As you can see there, we have generated, we have got proper output here. Sum of 12 and 23 is 35. So this is the simplest program in which you can see how we accepted command line arguments, how we converted them into integer values, and how we added them and displayed them on the screen. Now let's analyze our code once again. Have a look at this code now. Now there is something interesting happening in this code here. अब ये क्या interesting हो रहा है यहाँ पे? See, in this program, जैसे मैंने बोला था इस particular statement में, integer is a class and parseInt is the method of that class. But from our previous experience, we must have this thing perfectly fit into our mind. that whenever we would have to make use of anything present inside a class, or say whenever we will have to make use of any member of the class, we will have to create object of the class first and then we can access that member. तो ये तो बेसिक रूल है ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड प्रोग्रामिंग का। अब क्वेश्चन ये आता है कि फिर सर यहाँ पे तो हम लोगों ने इंटीजर क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट ही नहीं किया, फिर भी हम लोग उसके पार्सिंट मेथड को कॉल कैसे कर रहे हैं? हाउ एग्जैक्टली इज दिस थिंग पॉसिबल? सी दिस इज परफेक्टली फाइन, frankly speaking this is perfectly fine, because parsint is a method which has been declared as static inside integer class. And last lecture में ही हम लोगों ने देखा था that if you have any static member present inside your class, you need not to create object of the class to use that member. हम लोग बिना क्लास के ऑब्जेक्ट के ही उसे एक्सेस कर सकते हैं. And this is the scenario here. Parsint method has been declared as static inside integer class by the makers of integer class, and that's why we are able to call that method without creating object of integer class. So this point is very, very important here. Now once we have understood this, let's have a look at system.out.println statement here. As you can see there, see in the output you can see that we have printed the values of those two command line arguments on screen and then their addition on the screen. But along with that, we have printed some text also. The sum of and is, these are I mean textual values, right? These are string values, which are being shown along with the numeric values in the output. So how exactly this thing has been made possible? So have a look at this code here. Sum of. See, anything that you write inside double quotes is always considered as string. Double quotes के अंदर जो भी हम लोग लिखते हैं उसे हमेशा string कहा जाता है. तो sum of is a string, after which I wanted the value of x variable to be printed. If I would have written x inside double quotes, on the screen in the output you would have seen sum of x being written. I don't want sum of x being written. I want sum of and then value of x to be printed on screen. And that's why I had to write x outside the double quotes. So sum of is the first string that we want to write, and then we want x value to be printed on screen. Now question comes up, how are we going to attach these values with each other? And that's why I have made use of plus operator here. See, it's a concatenation operator. Plus is a concatenation operator. So this plus is attaching the string sum of with the value of x on screen, and then after displaying value of x, again we wanted some remaining part of our answer to be displayed on screen. And what was the remaining part? This particular string. And so now this plus has attached the string sum of with the value of x, and now this plus is going to attach this left hand side, the entire left hand side with this right hand side, that is and. So we are attaching the string and integer values to each other so that final output would be displayed on screen. Same has been done with this plus also. Now this plus is attaching y's value to the left hand side part, to this entire part, and then this plus is going to attach the right hand side part with y. So please pay attention to these the use of concatenation operator here. That some people find it difficult to understand why we have made use of plus operator 2 times. So it's very simple. By writing plus to the left hand side of the x, we have attached x with the left hand side output, and by writing x to the right hand side of the x, we have attached it with the right hand side output. ऐसे हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे करके रखा. So I guess this much discussion should be enough for you people, to understand the concept of command line arguments. So जैसा मैंने बोला था यहाँ पे, that in case of Java, the input can be provided in 2 ways. Either we can provide input while the program is under execution, or we can provide input to the program at the time of executing the program, at the time when we are just about to execute the program. And if we want to achieve that, we achieve it using command line arguments. All the command line arguments are going to get stored inside this string array. Now interviewer might ask you this question also, why this array has been declared as string array only in Java? Why can't it be of some other type? Now see, there are two things here. First, why the array has been declared as string only, and second, why whether it can be of any other type in case of a Java program. See, I'm going to tell you the answer for why it has been declared as string array. Whether it can be declared with some other type or not, we'll be covering that in the coming sessions. So why the command line argument array has been declared as string? Because all the values that you provide on command line are always considered of the type string, are by default considered of the type string. So though you are going to type in the numeric values also, still system is going to consider them as string only. And as such, if string values are going to come up as command line arguments, obviously you must have such an array with you, which must be of the type string only. And this is the reason why this ARGS array has been declared as string. क्यों इसे string declare करके रखा है? क्योंकि आने वाले जो command line argument के values हैं, वो भी string type के ही होने वाले हैं. Okay, so in this particular session, we have seen how to make use of command line argument to provide input to the program. In our next session, we are going to see this part: how can we provide input to our program while the program is under execution. So we'll stop at this point only. The highlighted point we are going to cover up in our next session. Thank you.